Welcome back to ChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. Got a view today from Insolent Audits. Older women are breaking down. They can't accept that they will not find a man to love them and marry them. Please exit for them below. Really appreciate that. Let's get that chow time.
Listen, ladies, if you are dating a guy for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, and this guy is not committing, is not taking it to the next level because he needs to work, he is so busy because his mother just died or whatever happened, I want you to know that this guy wants to have you around, date you, fix you up, but he's not really willing to give you what you need. And this is a long-term plan, a commitment.
There is a lot of men like that.
So what do you do then? Do you want to be in that same place 10 years from now? Do you want that? If you don't want that, if you want to be in a different place, then you might want to consider starting to talk to other men, starting to date other men, or completely, immediately cut this guy off. Whatever you...
So you're straight up telling her to cheat while she's still with him or cut him off?
You want to consider, but it makes sense to start doing something differently.
Is it just me, or did anyone else notice her advice was practically pointless? Okay, let me make something clear to the minority of my viewers, aka women. All she said was cut him off or talk to other men if you are not getting commitment. Okay, how does that get you what you want again? I mean, it doesn't get you any closer to a championship wedding ring. Before you start throwing demands around, you really should look in the mirror to see if there may be factors as to why he doesn't propose. Ask yourself questions like, are you over 35? Are you deep in debt? Do you have a not-so-clean history? Do you have a criminal record? Do you have expensive health issues? Do you bring a lot of baggage? Do you bring a lot of baby daddy issues?
Break yourself, fool!
Also, let's consider that it is possible the man is already giving you support as you currently are. Another thing to point out is he may be a solid guy that was torn apart in the circus of family court, and he just doesn't want a round 2 of that experience. You'd think we would have changed the laws by now. This dating coach only suggests for you to start over. Okay, I guess that fixed everything. Before we move on, I want to bring attention to the fact that 79% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. Come on, fam. You've seen my logo on other channels, and you're already here. Please hit that subscribe button and support the channel. Here.
Same. Support all the creators I put on here. Support me. Well, it's not that hard. Just hit a button.
Really helps out. Moving on.
Whenever a guy tells you that he's not ready for commitment or he's not ready for a relationship, this is what he really means. The reason why a lot of women struggle with this and how to respond to whenever a guy says this is because
he straight up told you exactly what he wants. He's not ready for commitment. He's not looking for anything serious. He just wants sex. He wants something casual. It's always the women that want to bring it up to another level when the man already fully stated up front what he was looking for. I thought that was the whole point, ladies, is men communicating what we wanted in the beginning. We just want sex. Stop trying to change our own narrative of what we want from you.
It ignites that fixer mentality. But whenever a guy's literally telling you why he doesn't want to be with you, this is not an invitation to try harder.
True.
Because what he really means is that he's not ready to commit to you. This is also why I talk about nervous system regulation, getting to the root cause of why you even desire a partner, and truly working on your self-love and healing so that you can attract somebody from a place of fulfillment rather than a place of lack. And truly getting into your divine feminine energy so that you can receive the love that
I just hear these women talk, but they don't say shit.
You so deeply crave because you already give it to yourself. So next time a guy says this to you, respond with, okay, wish you well.
Anyone else catch on to those keywords this coach said about the ever so predictable female brain wiring? She clearly said it ignites that fixer mentality.
Damn!
Finally, one of these queens mentioned that malware in the fem programming. To my younger male viewers, let me expand on this. What women say versus their actions are two very different things.
Yep.
When they are young, they will say the PC phrase of, I want a good man. But their actions show they go after the bad boys.
Yep.
And the very reason she mentioned explains why. Because deep in their noggins, they want that challenge to fix up and tame that man because it's exciting to do. Nice guys don't need fixing, so they are boring. And a dough means dry. But a player who doesn't commit means... Now, this somewhat changes as women age because now they are single moms who couldn't fix the bad boy and have to raise his spawn on their own. So they start asking for a good man to see if a thirsty beta imp chump prioritizes her roast beef energy over his own assets and retirement. The sad thing is, the West does not have a shortage of these saps.
Nope.
That's your wife and my kids.
Moving on.
The man is like sort of saying, yeah, I am attracted to you, but there's like this long distance, right? But it's also like really convenient, right? Because that way they can get sort of like their emotional fix. Because remember, when you deal with sort of a dismissive avoidant attachment style, they want to get they still want to get their fix emotionally, right? But they want to have some distance because it makes them feel safer. So if that's the case, and of course, I recommend, depending on what you're actually looking for, to rather disengage from this conversation because his words will exceed his actions by far, right? And what that means is that you're going to get so disappointed and get let down because you put so much emphasis and so much hope on his words and what he says, that he's attracted to you. But then the
That's the same thing you men do with the women. Stop it.
actions of him not coming to you, not driving towards you or flying towards you or, pursuing you is also there.
Mama say that happiness is from magic rays of sunshine that come down when you're feeling blue.
Does anyone have a decoder ring to figure out what the hell this dating coach was prattling on about? How does someone like this actually have a following? I mean, going from a man's words to him not taking a flight to you somehow made sense. Even my womanese translator went like,
Does not compute. Does not compute. Does not compute.
A lot of these women just come on just to prattle. They don't really say anything. They don't even really give any advice. They just think they are. They just think they're saying smart words because their vocabulary is huge. This is the whole point of, like, to me, it's funny, like, people make fun of my vocabulary because it's small. It's small, but it gets the point across, right?
okay, I think she is trying to convey that women are let down because men's actions in the maintaining of a relationship does not live up to their words. Yeah, ladies, it's called selling you the dream. It's a common tactic that's very effective because women do the exact same thing in that verbal transaction.
What? What are you talking about?
Okay, women always say they want honesty, but they don't. They want comforting lies. If you tell a woman the unfiltered truth, they will run away crying and call it verbal abuse of some kind. In using a woman's own logic, an experienced man will oblige by telling her an acceptable story. Eventually, reality catches up. And as usual, women want to feel like the victims of some wrongdoing when their dream didn't come true. By this point, men are just going to say, take it or leave it. I'm done playing this game. Moving on.
You never get to see the depths of patriarchal misogyny until you become a single mother, not just any single mother, a successful one.
Shut the fuck up. You're Asian. Asian culture is very on it about single motherhood, and we know exactly what it is. So what the fuck are you talking about? You were warned about this since you were young. I know. Unless you were like fourth generation here or something. Because my parents told me about it. My parents were on it about fucking not having kids out of wedlock. What the fuck was you?
The expectations for a single mother by societal standards is that she must struggle because she does not have a man, whether she chose that or not. Obviously, women are vulnerable, and when you have children, you become extra vulnerable because now you're enslaved in the system. Having children is anti-capitalist, and when you have children, you do not have time as you're looking after your children.
Whoa. I didn't realize having children was anti-capitalist. You do realize when you have children, you spend more, and you have to buy more. So technically it is somewhat capitalism.
And then so when you don't have time, now your finances are affected. When you're in a systemically vulnerable position, other people see you as prey. And this is not just the workplace, it's also your neighbors, your friends too. So then they don't think that they have to be careful and respectful towards you. For example, at the workplace, they think that you don't have any options because you have to feed your kids. So they'll continuously push your boundaries, thinking that you're going to
or they just need you to do the fucking work without complaining and show up. And not use excuses that you have kids. Because men aren't able to use those excuses.
buy because you can't leave. You don't have many options. Your friends realize that you don't have the same type of resources that you used to have. You don't have space and time to take care of them because you have to give that to your kids. So then less people are interested in being your friend. They'll come.
Or you're so goddamn busy and you're broke They don't want to hang out with you because you're constantly complaining. You're probably constantly asking for money. You're probably constantly having them help pay for stuff. So why would they want to keep hanging out with you?
Around, once they get some stuff from you, they'll leave because obviously what you were able to give them wasn't enough for them.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Hold up there. Did this decade's post-war smashing queen literally say that a single mom is a serf to the system? Was she joking with that? Sweetheart, you chose to be a mother. No one forced you to be one. It wasn't pressed on you against your will. Damn, these queens will pull all kinds of things out of their butt to avoid accountability of their own actions. And then she goes on a rant as to how all the awesomeness of the single life is drawn down and takes a backseat to the children. Oh, poor you! Now that you decided to be a single mother, for some odd reason, that came with responsibilities, and apparently it's other people's fault that you decided to be a strong and independent mom. Right. OMG, whenever things go tough, just slap the misogyny label on the side of it, because somehow an evil explanation is owed to the rough outcome of a woman's decisions. Using this enlightened post-war queen's logic, we can conclude that child support must be misandry.
Right?
Dating is a market that was coined by a man because dating, romance, is capitalism. The men who are interested in dating single mothers are typically wounded men who want nurture, a man who wants to experience powergasm by dominating, bullying you and your kids.
You are somewhat correct. Those are probably most likely the men that do want single mothers. No good men would want a single mother. Have you not figured that out yet?
It's because you're all vulnerable. Or pedo men who want to have access to your kids. Then you need a loan, you want to get a mortgage or rent a place. Denied. Even when you have money, even when you have accomplishments, all of that carries.
Who gives a fuck about your accomplishment to go rent a fucking house? What the fuck? Who gives... Women really want to shove their accomplishments into men's faces, and we just don't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck about your accomplishments.
Less weight because you're a single mother and they doubt you. So then you become ultra successful. And that makes very little difference because now they have to put you in your place. They can't let you be patriarchy and prove that you and your kids are fine without a man. So when you look too
you're the one that's online complaining about all of this right now. If you were fine without a man, what the fuck did you need to make a video for?
Comfortable. All sorts of people try to use you for your resources. Neighbors who come out of nowhere with some complaint to start things.
You know, that's just a normal thing for successful people. People trying to use you and try to use you for your money and all this bullshit compliment. It's a normal thing for when people become successful. It's not just you because you're a single mother.
Especially when you have boundaries and you stand up for yourself, your friends become like that too. People hate women, especially one without a man, especially one who thrives without one. If you want to date, you have to understand patriarchy and misogyny to the deep level. Otherwise, the system and people's unconscious and implicit biases become the invisible force that take you down. Join the Power in Romance Workshop Part 2, Finding the One in Patriarchy, so you can make informed decisions. See you there.
Nope.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Wow, she blanket labeled all men who date single moms as abusers and pedos. Oh, snap, lady! I think you may have been off your meds too long, or you definitely need to up the dosage when you claim something that vile with absolutely no statistical evidence to back any of it up. And the idiotic statement of being denied a mortgage loan or a rental lease because you are a single mother is on par with someone who sniffs glue 24/7.
It's got electrolytes.
Listen, Queen, in the US, there are these things called credit scores and rental histories that carries 1,000 times more weight than what is in between your legs. I mean, I'm starting to think that this advice-giving coach must have had a traumatic brain injury just before she posted this dribble. Someone please tell me this was a skit and she wasn't actually serious. Listen, my confused smashing into the wall head first queen. There isn't this flying spaghetti patriarchy monster in the US who is constantly looking out for a single mom to devour. Life isn't some paradise that is owed to you. Things can suck sometimes, and having a taco or a sausage isn't going to sweeten the blow in either direction. Life don't owe you jack, but damn, Queen, you owe it to yourself to get some therapy.
Now that's a lot of damage!
Moving on.
Is dating in your 50s really that bad? I just got off the phone with my friend and she's like, I'm done. I stopped dating 3 years ago. You didn't get the memo? Like, no. I'm done. I'm better off alone. I have my job. I'm financially secure. I have my house. My only child is an adult. And
Always single mothers.
I'm healthy. I don't need problems in my life. And she's like, everyone's story is different, but dating out here for women my age, You find men that are older by 10, 12, 13 years. They're in their late 60s, maybe early 70s, and they're looking for a nurse. They're ready to settle down at that age.
You're also 50, trying to settle down now, and you're laughing at the men in their 60s and 70s? Wow.
You know, and if you find a man that's 55, semi-good looking, has a good job, is financially secure, he doesn't want your ass.
Nope.
He wants a young one.
Why the shock? I mean, ladies, how in today's day and age, with the information flowing faster than ever, do you decades post-war elder queens find it incredible to believe that you are not anyone's first-round draft pick? She said several things, starting off with men in their late 60s and early 70s. I find it ironically funny. You ladies try to make fun of them as they are looking for a nursemaid, while the entire time you broke queens are looking for a retirement plan.
Well,
Fatality.
Flawless victory.
And yes, attractive, financially well-off men in their 50s do have the pick of the litter and will go younger. It's amazing how these aged-out queens will try to shame men for that, but not say one negative thing about the younger women who date those men. That's because some of these raisin-aged queens are so full of jelly, you would think KY was their lifeblood. I am sorry to break it to you, older category ladies, but your SMV in the dating market is at the bottom of the totem pole, right where you usually see the anthills forming and where the occasional stray dog urinates to mark his spot.
Ooh.
22, 23. And I'm like, no, not that young. And she's like, Jasmine, Bill Belichick is 74. His girlfriend's 24.
Yep.
That's how it is.
Yep.
It's slim pickings.
Yep.
Or you got guys out here who...
You think you guys qualify for a man like Bill Belichick? That motherfucker's a millionaire.
You know, they're trying to move in with you because you got a house. I'm better off alone. I got my friends. I got my activities. I'm not cleaning anyone's... No. So it made me think, because this is not the first time I have a conversation like this. This is like my third conversation with 3 different friends who are on the same age. One is 50, one is 55, and one is 56. And they're all like...
And you're also alone and single. Oh, how misery loves company. 4 single ladies in their 50s struggling.
Like, no. I'm better off
together.
Translation from Womanese. We thought our roast beef was street corner taco fresh, and we could throw our demands around all we wanted. But now that we realize that it's not us selling for men, it's the other way around, and it would be high-value men selling for us, but they aren't. We will drown our loneliness in box wine and the company of cats. We will say we are going to stay alone, but occasionally we will get back on the dating apps, have a Chad/Tyrone, blow our backs out for a while, then rinse and repeat.
Show of hands for everybody who knew. Bingo.
If anyone thinks my Womanese translator was off, let me know in the comments. And don't be fooled when these queens say they aren't dating. They are still getting piped down, but since it's coming from a...
You guys got to remember that, right? When they say, oh, I haven't dated in like 2 years, my last relationship 2-3 years, that's just meant they rode cock for 2-3 years.
Distant FWB, or a couple of one-night stands, or the random conditional hookup. In their minds, it doesn't count as dating, and for all they care, it's not even recognized in their convenient personal body count. Oh well, it looks like the only ones who win in the long run are the elderly players, vineyards, and pet stores. Other queens.
No.
That was the insolent audit. That was a hilarious audit. Come on, Asian lady. Asians are super harsh when it comes to single motherhood, being obese, being all these things. You not knowing how harsh it was going to be, you're just being stupid. Please leave them below. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.